this season challenges the consequences on the entire world, on the people, on civilians. And I think that Adam Eve's really taking it to heart, and she doesn't know how to balance that. Hey everyone, welcome back to Candid Cinema. I'm Amanda, otherwise known as AMX ND Reviews on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. Today I will be reviewing Invincible Season 2, Episodes 1 to 4. I want to shout out to Amazon for giving me the opportunity to watch these ahead of its premiere. I loved the first season of Invincible. I genuinely did not expect to love it as much as I did. I am someone who will watch every single Seth Rogen project, and this was definitely one of them that I was excited for. And while I was watching season 2 and getting back into it with these characters that I've grown to love, I think that having Mark Grayson as a teenager is really important here, because not only is he a superhero, he's going through like teen angst, he's going through hormone changes, he's going, to university, he's doing all of these things that are very relatable, but it's also funny because he's also a superhero. So he's not going to do normal things. He wants to do normal stuff, like normal teenage stuff, especially with Amber, who's again played by Zazie Beetz. Steven Yeun is like amazing as Mark Grayson. The entire voice cast is amazing here. But I think that having Mark struggle between wanting to be a superhero and then wanting to be a regular kid, it's a great balance to have in a series like this, especially that it can cater to mature audiences and it can cater to teenagers as well. Coming off the end of season 1, we see that Omni-Man is gone. He's on a different planet, and that Mark is really feeling the loss of his father. From season 1, we see that Mark is, trying to walk in his father's footsteps. There's a massive shadow for him being Omni-Man. And then he realizes that he's very bad, and that being a Viltrumite means that he was sent to a planet. He was sent to planet Earth to destroy it and destroy the people in it. So Mark was completely blindsided. His mom, Debbie, who's played by Sandra Oh, was completely blindsided. So they're kind of grieving the man that they used to know. That's really hard, especially because Omni-Man beats Mark to like a pulp at the end of season 1. And Mark feels like he doesn't know who his father is. And Debbie feels like she doesn't know who her husband was. So that was really hard. It's a tough loss. So going into season 2, Mark is trying to not be his father. So it's a complete change. And I love that character development. And I love their dynamic between father and son because of it. It's really important to see that growth with Mark Grayson, especially this is just season 2. He's going to university with Amber and his friends. So it's well done. I think that the writing for this season is strong. There are a couple of things that I could say that it felt jumbled just because I'm so invested in the story about Mark and, and Debbie and Omni-Man, that there's a lot of excess in trying to set up a bigger threat towards the end of the season, and I get that. So there is an introduction of like an alternate reality, portals, all of that, and there is this one man who's created duplicates, which we see in the very first episode, and that trickles away a bit, but it's still very present because they're dealing with clones. So I think that that's gonna come back in to the end of this season. Again, I only watched the first 4 episodes, but I do think that this is just as good as season 1. And I think that it will possibly be even better than season 1 if we're going in the direction that I think that we're going in, especially with the cliffhanger at the end of episode 4. I think it's going to be very interesting to see what happens in the second half of this season. And I'm very excited. I always want to talk about my girl, Adam Eve. I think that she's a very complex female character, and I love that for her because she wants to help people. She wants to save people. She wants to help her family because she can. She has these powers, okay? And I love her power set. She can like conjure anything up and she can like quickly fix anything. I love that she's able to do this. And I think that she's struggling with the idea of being a person, being an individual. Who is she without her powers? But also, this season challenges the consequences on the entire world, on the people, on civilians. And I think that Adam Eve's really taking it to heart, and she doesn't know how to balance that. She does love saving people. She loves helping people, but Does she use her powers, or does she just use, her humanity, her kindness in cases like this? So I really want more from Adam Eve. I do. There's not enough of her. I understand that it's about Mark and it's about Nolan. I get all of that they're like the stars of the show, but I want more Adam Eve. I think it's just such a good storyline for her, and I just want more of it. Maybe there will be. You do have a new character in Shapesmith coming in for the Guardians of the Globe. The Immortal Man, it has his eyes on Mark, which is really important in this case. Very important, considering what happens in episode 4. But you have the same banter between them. Amanda and Rudy are becoming closer. They kind of understand each other, which I really liked. They're really cute together, and she shows Rudy how to be human, basically, because he's in robot land with his mind and he's experiencing fear, he's experiencing anxiety and these emotions, and he doesn't know how to control them. So Amanda helps him out with that. I love Rex. There wasn't enough funny moments with Rex. I think they're really just keeping them on the back burner, the Guardians of the Globe. That's the only thing, is that the whole team banter is not present in this season. It's very Mark heavy, very Omni-Man heavy for the first 4 episodes. I ain't complaining, but it's really going through the grief, and even Debbie trying to explore, her womanhood first, especially because Omni-Man said that, she's a little pet. That destroys you mentally, especially if you were completely in love with someone. So I think focusing on the emotions of these characters and how they're grieving and just going through that process of being able to talk to people, going to therapy, tapping into different facets of yourself. I think that was really important here in the first 4 episodes. It's really, really good. It's a very strong start for Invincible season 2. I really enjoyed it. I'm not going to give it a rating, I think, just because I binge watched 1 to 4, and I think I can give it a solid rating after I watched the second half of this season. But I'm very hopeful. I'm really enjoying it. I hope you guys enjoy it too. There's some things with the alternate reality, the portals, and just certain aspects of characters being underused that I would love to just see in the grand scope of things. It's very funny at the same time. They're more free with their sexuality, and obviously Mark's going to university with Amber, so there's some stuff there that's really, really funny. We're going to different planets, which is awesome. We're learning more about, being a Viltrumite and other planets, and I just think that they found their flow. When a show finds its flow, it's perfect. It's a good time when a show finds its flow. I know that they did set up a lot in the first 4 episodes to kind of come back to the second half. So yeah, it's not really fair of me to give it a full rating right now, but 1 to 4, fam. So good. So good. So I really hope you guys enjoy episodes 1 to 4 from season 2 of Invincible. Let me know in the comments below if you enjoyed season 1. Who's your favorite character? Who do you want to see more of? If you guys enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. You can always follow me over at AMXND Reviews on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. And if you guys want to help me grow this wonderful channel, you can find out ways to do that in the bio below. I'll catch you guys next time. Keep watching movies.